Hi guys, it's me, Miss Farrah. Welcome back to my channel, and it's time for another video. And today's topic, we are talking about my views on whether I think the attitudes towards people who work in the sex industry has changed over this last year or not, which I thought was a really good question. So we're going to get started straight away. So anyone who doesn't know, I have worked in the adult industry for a long time, in various different carnations, as it were, incarnations. So I've had a lot of experience being part of it. I've also been part of it when it was a lot more underground, especially for trans women, and now it's come through and become a lot more okay with, I suppose. I suppose a lot more people are okay with it. The issues I have, okay, so this year especially, the last year especially, has made me see things a lot differently, the way people think about the sex industry and how they are seen being part of the sex industry for different reasons, and I'll explain. So I've noticed, obviously, understandably, a lot of people who maybe wouldn't have thought about doing any adult work, as far as something like OnlyFans. Once we went into lockdown, a lot of people started to create OnlyFans accounts so that they could make money. Completely understandable. I get that. I understand all of that. The issue that I have is a lot of very famous people have started OnlyFans accounts and are making tons and tons of money through it. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it in a jealousy way. The problem I have with it is that previous to that, most of these people would have said, oh, I wouldn't do porn, that's below me. Anyone who does porn, they couldn't have a career after that in anything else because, once you've done porn, nobody wants to touch you and all this kind of stuff. But we go into a lockdown and people think, oh, I can make loads of money of this because I'm famous, and kind of push out all the people who are using it anyway and doing okay on it. But, they're taking from people who were seen as somebody that you didn't want to be anyway. So it's kind of hypocritical that these people are making all this money from something that they class, and they would have said on television, as being below them or, classless, or something that was career killing if you did that. So that part of it is the issue that I have with people going on to adult work, that they weren't already doing it before. I'm glad that there's so much more exposure for it, because people can see that the majority of people who do adult work are completely normal people, which we are. It's just a job, and I think now that a lot of people who would never ever have thought of doing this can now understand the mindset of a lot of people who do adult work. It's just a job, and they are able to do it because it's not something that everybody is able to do, I can assure you. And it does affect the way you think about lots of different things in your life and just in the world in general. So it can be a great eye-opener, but also it can change things for the good or the bad. So it's up to the individual to decide if it's worth them continuing on in that kind of field or not. But that's my, I feel that a lot of more people get it and they're not so judgmental, but there's still a huge amount of people out there who think it's funny, especially, again, I'm not a man hater, but I can only go from my experiences, and of course this is not all men, this is just some men that I've met. But men, especially when it comes to adult work, they'll sit and watch you in a film, or buy this or that, or come and see you for a booking or something. But then if they want to date you, then you can't do that anymore, because they don't want someone that they're dating doing that, even though that's how they found you. So there's a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to adult work, because at the end of the day, most people watch porn. I would say 99% of people watch porn. Most people do not like to admit it, but majority of people do. So there's also a lot of people who are doing it, and because technology has changed and it's so much easier for people to upload things, then everybody can get a piece of the money that's available. It used to be big companies making films, and now it's amateur work that people are paying money for. So there is money to be made, so I understand that. I just hope that people who leave it once everything goes back to normal don't go back to those judgmental ways about people who work in the adult industry, because there's nothing wrong with the jobs that those people are doing, and it's the oldest profession in the world. It's not going to go anywhere, and sometimes it's a lifeline for people who really don't have any other choice. I hope that was informative. Those are my views on what I think about people who work in the adult industry. There's nothing wrong with it, it's fine, and I just hope that people who have now had it around them a lot more can understand that there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly normal. And we need companies online to stop shutting out people who do adult work on social media, because everyone needs to be able to do their job. I'm sure as long as everyone follows guidelines, that's fine, but don't delete people just because of their job. It's ridiculous. We need these people to be allowed to promote themselves, because otherwise how can they earn money? You know, it's important. We need to make sure that people are able to do their jobs properly without having fears of their profiles being deleted just because of the job they do. Because at the end of the day, they're not hurting anyone and they're not breaking the law. I hope you enjoyed that video, everyone. Lots of love. See you all soon. Bye bye.